Let me check I'm live. My OBS is glitching. I am live. I'm here with Zach Bivens. Zach Bivens, one of the best Lorcana players in the world. How's it going, Zach?
I'm doing great, man. Happy to be here.
Yeah, well, best of luck. You're going first.
All right, let's do it. Time to mulligan.
Mm-hmm. Big shout out to Card Market who sponsored the stream. This is the LCC. If I lose, I'm out. I keep my worst matchup, unfortunately, but it's winnable. So Zach's playing Amber Steel.
Let's see here. So
I have a good opening hand.
4. I think that I'm gonna take 4.
All right. There's actually a world I keep the hand. Not gonna lie, it's honestly very good. It's like very good. I think I might just keep it. I'm gonna keep my hand.
Okay, not bad, not bad.
Yeah. I guess. I'm not that thrilled about it, but it'll do.
Sometimes it's just hard to improve.
Mm-hmm.
And you get punished when you try.
So yeah, this is the LCC. We are in the losers bracket, so whoever loses this one is out of the tournament. And
All
Zach
right.
has this amazing playmat because he won the last one of these. I'll go for 1, 2, 3, please.
1, 2, 3. You got it.
Yep. Best of luck, my friend.
Best of luck. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, so Zach is the champ. It's my job to try and knock him out. We'll see. Ending text. What's that on?
Interesting.
Get rid of that. Haven't practiced this
I
matchup.
will ink this Neverland.
That's
And then
focus.
I'm going to play my Cinderella, and I will end my turn.
Okie dokie. I'll draw for turn. So into Cinderella, we've got a couple nice plays. We've got Fairy Ship or Diablo. It's one of the two. I would imagine it's Honeymaron we're going to ink. We should not like hesitate when we make the play. He only plays 2 copies of Storm. The question is it better to force that out, or is it better to... It's probably better to force it out, right? Or try and get it out. Okay, I will ink Honeymaron, who's a bit of a creepy card. She's looking at you when you play against her. And for 1, I'll play the Obedient Raven, and I'll pass to you.
Okay, you got the shiny bird.
Yeah. I'm not much of a foil collector, but honestly, I think I need to start being on some of these Amethyst 1-drops especially.
Yeah, they're pretty. Okay, so let's go ahead and sing to kill your bird.
Okay, I think you mean banish, but I'll allow it. I'll draw.
Send him to the Shadow Realm. And then I'm going to ink a Lawrence. So I have 2 ink, and I'm just going to leave it there, so I will pass.
Okay, dokie. I will ready and I will draw. So the Storm here's like allowed him to dig a bit. He's missed a turn 2, which is very, very interesting. I've already forgot the card he inked on turn 1. I'm really bad at remembering that. The question is for us here, do we go Chernobog's and Fairy Ship? Do we go Smee? And I'm pretty sure it's always Chernobog's Fairy Ship. The question is though, what do we ink? And it's probably a snake. Which I think is fine. Smee on 2 doesn't do that much for us because I probably want to go Fox. It's all about going wide here, really. I'm going to ink Madam Im Snake. I'll play Fairy Ship. I think it's my only non-foil one. And 1 for Chernobog's.
Okay.
Pass.
All right, let's see what we got here. Draw.
So Zach, when we were
Go
just...
ahead and ink a Mr. Smee. Go to 3 ink.
Alright.
I'm going
Probably fair to assume we
pay 3
just
to
top
play
deck
an
that.
Aerial.
Hopefully
Check
she
the top
misses.
4.
I'm
going
should...
to add a World's Greatest Criminal Mind to my hand.
Alright.
The
Close to
easiest
missing.
ink ever against you.
I don't know what you're talking about. I think it could be great, mate.
Let's see. I think I'm going to call it quits there, pass my turn.
Okie dokie. I will ready, gain 1 law for Fairy Ship, and draw a card. Cards in hand, please, mate.
I have 5.
All right, thanks. So, of course, we could just play Pete. It's kind of the obvious play, but sometimes obvious is good. We could also draw for the Chernobygs, but we could also not draw. The thing is, if we don't draw here, then we play into Rapunzel a bit, but I don't think Rapunzel matters too much at this juncture. I don't really like the sound of drawing, particularly. I think I'd rather just leave it on the board. Like, if Ariel challenges, then I can just take the Ariel out. I think I'm fine with that trade. Maybe we draw. Let's draw. It's fine. I'll quest for one with Chernobygs. I'll banish it and draw a card.
Okay.
Then the decision is what to ink, and I think it's goat now. I think the snakes are quite valuable. I'm going to ink goat, and I'll play Pete, and I'll pass.
All right, let's draw. I'll play a second Ariel.
He can definitely aggro us out of this matchup, so I think this draw with the Chernobygs is fine.
And let's take some ink.
Okay.
Ink World's Greatest Criminal Mind. So I'm at 4 ink total. I'm just going to pass.
Okay. Ready? Gain 1 law for Fairy Ship and draw a card. It's going very badly for him. Which is good for us. Play another Pete. For 3, I'll play Pete. I will quest for 1 with Pete. I'll ink Smee. And I'll pass.
Okay. Let's ink that World's Greatest Criminal Mind. Go to 5. Then we'll exert 1 for a Nala.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I believe I'll just pass there.
Okay, cards in hand, please.
I have 4.
Alright, thanks. Ready? Gain 1 law for Fairy Ship and draw. That puts me to 5 cards in hand.
Okay.
So this is going to be Snake and Pete. And we'll just double quest. Question is what to ink, and it's just the Cobra. I'm going to ink Giant Cobra. Quest with Pete. Quest with Pete. For 2, I'll play Snake. I'll pick up Pete. I'll play Pete.
Okay.
Pass.
All right.
You can see why I didn't mulligan. Safety first. The hand was clean.
All right, friend, I will pass my turn.
Wow. Gain 1 law for Fairy Ship. Draw a card. So this one is the Fox and the Pete. We're running out of cards a bit. I'll ink Mr. Smee. Go to 6. Going to quest for 3 up to 11. For 3, I'm going to play Fox. Pick up Pete.
Yep.
For 3, I'll play Pete. And I'll pass 2 cards in hand.
Okay. Gonna play a Daisy Duck. And I'm just gonna pass my turn there.
All right. I will ready. Gain 1 law for ferry ship to 12 and draw a card. Do we win already? Yeah, I already win, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 16, 20. All right. Quest to 16.
Yep. Nice.
Wow, unlucky, mate.
Look at this.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's something.
That is something.
And I had the Pete Hand of Gods.
Yes, the Infinity Pete.
Yeah.
I expected to just keep drawing. Look, after
Wow, that's just ridiculous.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah. Well. Take what we can get, guys. We'll definitely take what we can get. Puts us in a good position, though. I think we're still far from over. They missed a turn 2 as well. Let's not forget. It is far from over. Basically, he's able to race me when he hits like a slightly reasonable curve. I think the key decision there was obviously there was a couple key decisions. It was the mulligan. I think a lot of people, you know, you'd be tempted to mulligan. It wasn't the perfect hand by any stretch, but it was good. There was a curve and there was a clear game plan that I had with it. And then the other key decision was drawing with the Chernobyls, which excuse me, I know it seems like an obvious play, but there was an argument not to, but it was definitely the correct call to draw. Drawing with Chernobyls is always the most obvious play, but often it's the incorrect play. And it's quite hard to evaluate at times if it's right or wrong. I think that one was actually just the obvious play, and sometimes it's possible to overthink it a bit, right?
I will go first this time again.
I'll go 2, 3, 1, please.
Okay.
Zellmeister's favorite.
You can do the same.
2 on top of 3 on top of 1.
And I will go first.
Alright, mate. Have fun. Nice. That's my 1 copy. So we're never keeping these. I would definitely like another 1-drop.
Okay, I'm gonna take 4.
All right. This is our first like really big decision of the game. That's more complex. I mean, I think our initial mulligan was we just made it simple. I think we're always going to keep 1 SME. The laugh there maybe tells we should be safe. I like the snake quite a bit. Snake on Maleficent is good. I don't know that I want 2. I really want that 1-drop. It's kind of what I'm chasing. I think I'd rather keep the snake. Is that true? Bear with me here, please. It's a really tricky decision. We never get rid of those. I think I'm keeping that. Maybe 1 SME is like the middle ground. Probably 1 SME is the middle ground, right? I really want a 1-drop though. Could keep both. Just get rid of 2. That's the safe line. It's like 1, 2. So it's not a good turn 1. I am going to do 4.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. Rewarded. A lot of people would not have liked the look of this mulligan, but have to go with my gut. Don't play differently just because I'm playing against Zach. I have to go with my gut and intuition. And I really wanted this one drop. Like, I don't want to play Maleficent on 1. If he opens Daisy, right, I really don't want to open Maleficent on 1. I want to play Maleficent on 2. Still not a perfect hand. If he opens Cinderella, it kind of fixes itself a bit, though. I'll do a 2-3-1, please, mate.
Okay.
Whoops.
Okay, 2-3-1 is good for me too.
Awesome. Good luck, mate.
You too. Okay, I'm gonna start out by inking a Neverland. And then let's play our Cinderella, and then I will pass my turn.
All right. I'll draw for turn. So we're going to use Fire the Cannons. Question is, what do we ink? And I think it's SPECI. I think I really value the snakes to try and repeat, right? I'll ink SPECI.
Okay.
And I found my 1 copy of Fire the Cannons, and I'll use it on Cindy, please.
Very nice, very nice.
Pass.
Okay.
This is open deck list, so he knows I only play 1. I actually don't have his list open, which is probably not wise, but I know pretty much what it is anyway. Just want to focus on my game. I probably should. It's very bad that I don't have it open, but...
I'll ink Neverland.
Mm-hmm. 2 Neverlands into the
And
ink.
bring out the Duck Squad.
Okay, hello.
And then it is your turn.
Alright. I'll draw for turn. So it's going to be Cobra to be inked, and it's going to be Broom Maleficent. And this is why I wanted to take the more aggressive mulligan. Because I really want to find like the double... I don't want to just play like a SPECI on 2. SPECI would be fine here, but it loses me so much tempo because I want to go Fox on 3. So we definitely took the right mulligan. Or at least we got rewarded for a mulligan, which if it didn't go the way I wanted, it would look bad, but you can see the logic here. This is a lot of Amethyst Steel gameplay experience that led to this decision. I will ink Giant Cobra. I'm going to pay 1 for the best card in the game, and I'm going to pay 1 for the best card in the game. They're all the best. I love them. Pass.
Okay.
We've got the Fox ready and waiting.
Let's quest for 4. Give you 2 triggers.
All right, here we go. Uh-oh.
Not the Pete.
Pete and Goat.
Pete and another Pete. Okay.
Pete and Goat it was, mate, not Pete and Pete.
Yeah.
Got you.
Gotcha. So I'm going to ink a SPECI and play a Lawrence.
All right.
And then I will pass my turn.
Sure thing. I'll draw for turn. Cards in hand, please.
I have 2.
All right, thank you. So we're in a really good position. This is like really the time to slow down. The big decision point is, do we draw off Broom? And I don't really see why we would. So the answer is no, we don't. Like, we want to get some board presence, really. We're going to bounce the Maleficent back, of course. There is a decision point on what we ink, but I actually don't think it's a particularly interesting decision. I think it's just Goat. It's too expensive. We want to go wide. So I think the play is actually pretty clear that it's just ink Goat, quests with both, play the Fox on the Maleficent, and don't draw. Like, what's the punish for not drawing with the Broom? There isn't really one. We just want it on the board. I'll quest for 1 with Broom and quest for 2 with Maleficent. I'm going to ink Goat, and for 3, play Fox. I'm going to pick up Maleficent, and Fox will rush in to take out the Daisy. Yeah, that'll do. And I'll pass.
Okay.
So he knew about the goat, which we inked.
How many cards do you have in hand?
I have 6.
Gotcha.
In my testing, I lost this every time, by the way. I think I played like 3 or 4 times. I didn't win once. I only went first once, though. I was kind of like learning on the job a bit. And I don't think it's gone too badly for us in terms of the cards we've drawn. Certainly, certainly the first game was something. I'll be very, very chuffed if I can win this, to be honest. I was feeling like it was the worst matchup we queued, but Zach's deck is very much built not for me, it's built for like the stuff I do.
Quest with the Daisy.
All right, we'll trigger. That's a Diablo. There is quite a lot of non-characters in my deck as well. You've got the fairy ships, 4. Fire the cannons, 1, which is obviously out of there. That's 5.
We're gonna ink our Bianca.
Yep.
I'm gonna Zeus your Fox.
Okay.
And you have 7 in hand, is that correct?
That is right, yeah.
Okay. 7. We're gonna quest for 2, so I'll go up to 8.
All right.
And then I'll pass my turn. I have 1 card in hand.
All right, thank you, mate. I'll ready and I'll draw. So it's probably just time to go really wide and start trying to race him, because everything else feels a little bit wonky. It's obviously a shame I don't have another Fox. He's kind of banking on me not. Obviously the Pete looks tempting here, but the Pete really doesn't achieve much. That's the thing. It's like, okay, he might have a whole new world in hand and he just hardcasts it. Like maybe he has Naveen in hand and draws whole new world. But I'm pretty sure the plan is to just go mega wide and start racing. So it's probably like that. That's my intuition. And what to ink? Probably the Diablo, because I still like the snakes for repeating. But we could also sneak the Diablo down at some point and it's kind of just free value. So we could consider getting rid of a snake. Snakes are pretty slow. That's the big decision point. We're always playing these. The decision point is what to ink. I think I'll get... I think the Diablo we might end up regret inking. To be honest, like I think actually the snake might be the correct call. Because we can just sneak the Diablo down at some point, right? We can go Pete, Diablo, and something else. Whereas that snake doesn't do much. I think we're going to do it. I'm going to play high risk, high reward. I'll ink snake. Brumal quest for 1. 2 for Smee, 1 for Maleficent, 1 for Maleficent. Pass. 4 cards in hand.
Thank you.
The obvious play there was to
quest with my Daisy, so I'll go to 10. Cromnicon.
Eventually. Fox would have been nice there, but maybe Fox is on the top waiting. He knows I have a Pete as well. It's the one bit of information he has about my hand. And he saw me ink snake, so he probably makes the reader have another snake. I would wager. But look at the pressure the Maleficents are putting on this board, mate. I'm suddenly like threatening to get ahead in lore. Very, very good cards. I don't know if I've mentioned that to you guys before. We definitely got lucky with the Daisy triggers in this case.
I'll play Lawrence. We'll quest for 2.
All right.
12, and then I'll pass with 1 card in hand.
Yep, thank you. I'll ready and I'll draw. No sign of that thingamajiggamabobber. So he's questing for 6. The real question here is, can I threaten to just win the game next turn and actually make him challenge? So, he's not threatening to win. The obvious play is to challenge the Lawrence here, but I lose 3 lore to do so. I mean, I'm always questing with the Maleficence, which puts me to... And it's also Pete. Fairy Ship Diablo is a really nice curve. So Maleficent, questing up to 8. So me would get me to 10. Broom to 11, right? And then I'll be playing that. I think we still have to take the trade on the Lawrence here. I mean, interestingly, we could take out the Daisy instead of the Lawrence. And my Broom survives. If I go... I'm always questing with Maleficence. So I'm at 8. Gonna quest for 4. Up to 8. Do that, so I don't get told I'm slow playing. I think we're always inking the snake here. I'm going Diablo, Fairy Ship, Pete. I think we try to slow them down here. The problem is if we slow them down, they double quest. They're at 16. And I'm kind of back where I started in many ways, right? Like that Lawrence is still staring me down in the face. Whereas if I just quest out here, I'm at 10, 11. I'm not threatening to win immediately. That's the problem. Maybe I am though with Burn. Right? It would be 10, 11. He can take out Maleficent. He's not going to take stuff out though. So if he doesn't take anything out, I'm at 11. And then I go 13, 15, 17, 18. I think we just don't challenge here, honestly. I think I'm just going to go full turbo mode. I'm going to ink Snake. And I think what I'm going to do, which I might regret, is I'm going to quest for 1. Quest for 2.
Okay.
3 for Pete.
Gotcha.
1 for Diablo. 1 for Fairy Ship. 1 card in hand.
Okay, makes sense to me.
Pass. And Smee takes damage, sorry.
Okay.
If it makes sense to Zach, I'm happy. Comes back to that decision to ink the snake, not the Diablo, by the way. That's all about the Maleficence, mate. What a card. It's just turning on the burner, right? Suddenly I'm the aggressor. As soon as he starts challenging, that's basically your objective as a aggro player going second. You need to turn them into the challenger. I've now flipped the game state, right? If I took that challenge, he's still the aggressor, he can keep questing. Whereas what I've managed to do just about is he has to start challenging me here. I'm threatening burn as well, right? Let's not forget. He can't. Questing for 2. I think I've got it. I think we're good. We'll see. It'll be a really good win. I'll be very, very chuffed. I'm really trying to prove that I belong with these players, man, because I actually do believe it. I'm not going to lie. I'm definitely not
gonna
as...
kill the English Maleficent.
All right. Your mic's just gone a bit funny though. Is that just onto Maleficent, yeah?
Let's see here.
I think it's mic. I think we're fine though.
And you have 2 cards in hand.
One, mate.
Oh, 1, thanks. Okay, I have 2. 1 card in hand. Okay, so I will go to 16.
Okay.
And then I will pass my turn.
All right. Alrighty. Gain 1 for ferry ship. Draw. That's not a burn. So I can quest 14, 16, 17, 18, 19. So 1 burn card is all I need. Right. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So the question is, do I play the broom or just ink the broom? I'm going to ink magic broom. It's really slowed down. If I was to, I need to take out 2 cards. I can still do it even if I quest a broom. I can go Maleficent, Sacrifice. I think I want to quest the broom for the draw, right? That it provides. I could still get the draw. Yeah. Yeah. I'll quest for 1. 2 for dock. Draw 2. I'm going to banish Magic Broom. Draw a card. Alright, so we didn't hit it. Which is unfortunate. Very unfortunate. We could go like Snake. Oh, we could go like Chromacon here to... You have no cards in hand, is that right?
No, I have 2 cards in hand.
2, okay, thank you. It's a bummer. Go Cobra, Honey Marin, Gathering Knowledge, all of 1 on the top 3 there. But we don't have them. We could Hail Mary and go Chromacon, try and find Honey Marin, or try and find Gathering Knowledge, but I don't think that's the play. We're going to have to go... Did I do my maths wrong? On the broom, by the way? No. Pete into Daisy. Maleficent into Smee. Smee into Lawrence. Keeps my board alive. What's my play going to be, though? I could go like Snake Smee, maybe? Alright, well, I haven't won the game, as you might have noticed.
I would sure hope not at this point.
Yeah, I will go... Pete will challenge Daisy. Maleficent will challenge Lawrence. Smee will challenge the same Lawrence. Diablo's going to quest for 1.
Okay.
I think it's just Snake Smee, right? We could go Snake Smee Chernabog's as well. We're at 14. We're going to go 15 with Fairy Ship. Yeah. 2 for Snake. pick up Diablo. For 1, I'll play Diablo, and for 1, I'll play Chernobog's Followers. It leaves me with 1 card in hand.
Okay.
And I'm going to pass with Smee taking damage.
Oh man. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are my 3 cards.
Wow, my friend. Oh man.
Good game.
GG,
Good game,
mate. Not quite how I wanted to win, but I'll take it.
Hey, but you played well. You played well. You earned it.
Thank you very much, mate. I appreciate you.
All right. Let's hit the Discord.
Yep. I'll see you in that. Let's go, mate. It doesn't matter how you win. You just win. All right. So we'll take it. We absolutely are going to take that. Let's go join the Discord call. I did what I could.
And here we go. So I will make sure if you could just mute yourself in the video, we're gonna hop in. Yo, SPECI, can you hear me?
I can.
Get in.
Get in,
You got
yeah.
the dub.
Happy days.
Oh my goodness. So give me just a sec as I switch it back over to the screen. And I gotta first, I'm gonna say congratulations to you for coming out and getting the victory over probably one of the best players in the game. I'm gonna let you run back the film. I'm sure you got a good intense feeling about some Disney Lorcana. You kind of felt what happened. But let me tell you, your Zach Bivens deck didn't do him any favors on that one. But still, I want to hear from you. Can you just talk about how that matchup typically goes and what are some of the things you learned in training or your preparation to come into the LCC facing off against Mr. Bivens?
Well, yeah, firstly, I mean, commiserations to Zach. Obviously, didn't go his way. I have to say, I also drew very well. I am happy with how I played, though, right? Like, even though he got very unlucky, I can only do what, I'm in control of, and I'm happy with the decisions that I made in this game, which is really nice. I think in the previous round against Kurt, I felt like I kind of deserved to win in a way, and it just didn't quite happen. Although I did win a die roll in that one. So yeah, for me it's nice, really nice to get the win. I was definitely quite actually inspired by Zach with my inclusion of fairy ships in the deck, because I saw him rocking Neverland and Amber Steel. And obviously there's been like a few people rocking fairy ships and stuff like that. So those snuck into the deck for this match. And yeah, big shout out to Zach, because he's a very, very good player and also a really good dude. So yeah.
Absolutely. And no one wants to sit there and like go through a bricking situation. But can you just go over some of those decisions in game number 1, specifically the usage of Pete and how effective that was and how the fairy ship went, and what were some of the thought processes going through your mind? And also, can you talk about that in game number 2, why you didn't take that same approach on that going into that 5th ink turn? You go Pete and then bounce Pete and just keep trying to play that game again.
Yeah. So game 1, like obviously he didn't play a card on turn 2. I think he had. I can't remember what he played on 1. Maybe Cindy. Yeah, it was Cindy on turn 1, and I like played into the Cindy with like a Diablo Head Storm. He missed turn 2, and then obviously like once I play Pete and he like skips his turn, like I've obviously just got a pretty big read that his whole hand's full of songs, and my hand was pretty good to begin with. That's why I kept my opening hand. I think that was probably like. There was like 2 big decisions really for me in game 1. I think the main one was just keeping the hand, like it was serviceable. I might have been tempted to try and dig for like the 1-fire the cannons I play, or like dig for some more stuff, but I realized there was just very playable. I had a smooth curve, which is like usually my go-to curve with any Amethyst deck is 1 drop on turn 1 and then turn 2 double 1 drop. Like you'll almost never see me play like a 2 drop on turn 2. Which is another reason I like the fairy ships. And then I think just the other big decision really was making sure I drew off the Chernobog's Followers, because I was kind of tempted to just leave it there and let it go. But I think I did like a tiny bit of testing before the game, and I think I realized that I can actually run out of cards. And then game 2, I think like the big decision point was the turn I went like Pete Maleficent or something like this. I can't remember what it was exactly, but it was like I played like I went very wide, and it's a skill that or not a skill, but something that's probably worth noting is that when you're playing an aggro deck, when you're going second, which I was, I think a lot of people misunderstand how you're supposed to play it, and it comes down to a very simple concept, which I think will help people. You need to flip the game state at some point from where you are the person challenging and to where your opponent starts challenging. So as soon as like I put Zach in a position with the Maleficent questing power to just get that like little extra bit of lore that those cards give me, just turn the game state into a position where Zach had to take challenges, and I was able to close it out as a result.
Absolutely. I mean, I did see that. But Quinn, do you have any questions for SPECI before we go over to Zach and bring him in? I thought it was an incredibly played match. I thought you did everything that you needed to do to get to where you wanted to be. But Quinn, what did you see from your perspective before we kick it on over to Mr. Bivens?
Yeah, I would just maybe ask that in terms of matchup, in terms of the percentages, how do you see this? Who is in general, like when you're playing against Stillsong?
Yeah. Well, the fairy ships are like a new addition, obviously, for me, and those are good in the matchup. I've also got Diablos, Pete, so there's definitely lines, like also the one-fire cannons. I think it's also particularly important to mention, Zach and I were talking about it before we started the stream, that I queued a good week. I picked a good week to queue into Zach, because like basically everyone in the losers bracket, I think apart from Zach and I, is playing blue, playing some sort of Sapphire deck, if I'm not mistaken. So I think with that in mind, Zach tweaked his list, right? Like he's only playing 3 Cindy's, only 2 Storms. So I definitely picked the right week to queue into him. And it's also the week that I added in the fairy ships. And yeah, I think like I've got like a decent shot in the matchup. I would say I'm probably unfavored, but I didn't test the matchup too much. But like, yeah, usually against Steelsong, obviously if they're playing things like Grab Your Swords, you're kind of toast. But fortunately, like the decks have moved away from that a little bit. So I would say like
and
going.
Many people.
What's that? Sorry.
I mean, like grabs are really unpopular, I guess.
Yeah. So I think I got lucky
Absolutely.
to. Definitely, the luck was on my side in this one. So yeah, take what I can get. I'm happy.
Speaking of luck being on someone's side, we're going to bring in Mr. Bivens, powerhouse of the cell. He's definitely one of the, in my opinion, one of the top 4 elements of Lorcana right now. Just had a very strong season. But that matchup, I got a first question I got to ask. Who did you curse? Like what's happening with your chi? I mean, did you step on some cracks? Did you break a mirror? Did you walk under a ladder? Like what's happening with your deck there, man? It just failed to function completely. You were breaking Omega in both games. Can you just talk about that experience and I can't even really ask you what you could have done because your deck just did not give you any out. So how did that feel sitting there on that side of the game?
Before the match, I spoke to the Lorcana gods and I told them, let's just throw this one away so we're good at the World Championship. So we got it all out now.
Let's go. So unfortunately, the run does stop here. So you're not going to get a chance to go back-to-back LCCC winner. But in this matchup, typically, what was your game plan had you had the opportunity to execute it? Because you built your deck. You did take out some of the Ruby Sapphire cards. You hedge hard for Ruby Sapphire. You got the 3 world's greatest criminal minds are in the deck. You cut all the way down to 2 Storm. You're still on 4 wheels and you load up with SPECI. Can you just talk about how that felt getting paired with SPECI after you augmented your deck to go heavy into Ruby Sapphire and Steel?
Yeah, you're right. So I absolutely hedged into playing at Sapphire for sure, but I also felt like I'm favored against SPECI no matter what, like just the matchup, the way it goes. So I was totally fine with that. And like I'm happy to pair into him instead of Ruby Sapphire, so like I'll take it. I feel like with my deck, the way it's constructed this week, it's like 55% my favor in a normal matchup, 60 or higher probably. But yeah, I felt good. No matter what, I felt good with the matchup.
Right. But then you opening quad Zeus game 1 and triple Whole New World game 2. You're not winning a lot of those, but was there any points in the game, like, do you feel like you left the play on the table? Was there something you think you could have done different to increase your self? Maybe in that game 1, did you ever have an idea to maybe get down with those aerials a little bit, have them exerted, or were you just hoping to just start singing and get all those Zeuses out of your hand?
Yeah, I can never turn those aerials sideways if they're not singing. If I'm just like crashing 2 into a fairy ship or something, his Pete.
Oh, we lost Zach a little bit there. Sorry, we're breaking
at that point.
Yeah, we are having a little bit of tech issues. I can hear you a little bit. You are breaking up a bit. So can you just say that last part again?
I was just.
Uh-oh.
I think he was saying
That's
like
not me,
as soon as he starts like challenging the fairy ship with aerial, like he's kind of
saying if I ever turn those aerials sideways and they're not.
I think
against that.
Can I be a Zach translator? I'll do my best.
Yeah. Speci, give me some Zach translation, because Zach is turning into a robot and having some serious tech issues there.
Yeah,
and everything is going to be on. So
as soon as like those arrows go into ferry ship or something, like I just take him out with Pete, and then he like loses the board. Like basically, as soon as he takes those challenges, it's that similar kind of concept, right? Like as soon as he's challenging, he's in a tight spot. So yeah, he definitely did. He really have like 3 whole new worlds and 3 Zeus like from the rip?
No, he drew him like back to back. Like it was one turn, the turn where he inked that Bianca. Yeah. I was so sad because I was like, if he can stick this Bianca, if he could just draw Inkable card and stick this Bianca, he can turn this thing around. And he had to ink that Bianca and play that and hardcast that Zeus. I was like, this game is over. And that is just so sad. In the one turn, I think he was debating on maybe hardcasting the whole new world and just like, okay, I'm going to run the numbers and I'm just not going to do it. And he ended up, I think he quested the Lawrence and he drew like back to back, like run. It was just a mess, dude. Yeah, it was a mess. But still, that's the game. And I didn't mention that in the broadcast. If you guys ever listen back to it, it'll be on YouTube probably tomorrow. So make sure you guys go ahead and check out YouTube. But I did mention, hey, this is a part of trading card games. This is a contract that we all sign. It's not chess for a reason. And when you say I want to play a trading card game, I am going to risk having these brick opportunities, and that's just a part of it. So as Zach said, getting out of the way before Worlds, and that's going to be what it is. But Angelica, do you have any questions for Mr. Bivens? I'm sorry, hogging the whole interview again, as we got the Queen Mia is in the building right now.
Do we have a question maybe for both players? I can't say that I was very surprised by the decision of inking Bianca, because I think you cannot skip a turn against an aggro deck. But actually, I have a question for the next turn. I think maybe, as I said, I think I would have inked the second Lawrence to hardcast the whole new world. And what do you think? What do both Speci and Zach, what do you think of this? Maybe yeah, it's easy to say when you know that there were more holy words coming, but I didn't know this either when I said that I would have inked the Lawrence just to make sure to have some cause to play with.
Can you guys hear me well?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So let's talk about the turn before that. When I ink and play Lawrence, I have the Bianca and Whole New World in hand.
Yeah, that turn.
Okay, yeah. So I could skip playing the Lawrence, so I have ink on next turn. But I think with the way that the game opened up, I have to take some chances to be able to win. I think if I just pass that turn, then I'm just never winning the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I had 51 cards in deck, and 9 of them were bricks: the 4 Zeus, the 3 Whole New Worlds, and the 2 more daisies. So I had an 18% chance to lose the game, essentially. So I had to take the 82% chance to be in a good spot, and the 18% just hit. So nothing I could do about that.
Okay. And I mean, it's just the numbers,
and
I said.
If I hardcast Whole New World, I'm never winning that game because you have so much burn in this deck with the Cobras and the Gathering Knowledge and Wisdom. So if I ever hardcast Whole New World, I'm just not winning. Yeah. So I played the odds, and it just didn't work out.
Absolutely. And it does happen. Like I said, it's just going to be one of those things that sometimes you're going to have it and sometimes you don't. But Speci, you got some questions coming in from the future or the past, as it may be. And a lot of people are asking about your logic behind the word story instead of burn. Why are you so anti-burn and why are you so pro-story?
Okay, so I was casting European Championships and there was a burn deck, and I referred to it as a burn deck, and I got a bit told off. So ever since, I've been searching for a better word. And in Lorcana, when you get 20 lore, you get a story star. So rather than for example, saying he's got lethal on board, you might be able to say he's got story on board. It hasn't really caught on, but I think maybe with the lore it could. So that's the idea. I was searching for something to say instead of burn for ages. I asked everyone in chat. That was the best we came up with. Maybe a shooting star deck or something could also work, because I don't know. I'm not really sure story works, but I'm trying to make it.
Okay, I like it. I'll start pushing it too, man. I mean, story may not be it, but whatever we land on, I'll start promoting it as well, and it's gonna be like that. I did enjoy the matchup. Unfortunately, what I'm saying, it wasn't that super grindy back and forth match that I want to see. I want to see you guys playing at your best possible level, but hopefully, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be like that a portion of time as we stated. But shout out to both of you guys, man, and I do appreciate everything you both do for the community. And SPECI, you're representing yourself well. I mean, everyone, for some reason, you're always going to be the underdog in these world class situations.
That's what I want to be, man. That's how I like it.
And you're doing it the Iron Way, man. You're playing a budget friendly deck. So I am secretly rooting for you, but I don't want to root against Mr. Bivens because I do look up to him as well as an incredible player. I wish I could root for everybody, but there has to be some winners and there has to be some people that go down. But before we start letting you gentlemen go, I know you have some things that you need to do. Can we get some shout outs? We'll start with you, SPECI, as a winner. Shout outs to yourself or anything that you want to discuss.
Yeah, big shout out to Zach, top player, top guy. Also want to say thank you to Zoe from my locals. She was helping me test just before. She beat me, I think, 4 or 5 times. So she gave me some good practice. So thank you to her.
Absolutely. How about you, Mr. Bivens?
Yeah, so first I want to shout out SPECI for sure. He played amazing, absolutely deserved the win. And shout out to you guys casting, you did a great job. And thanks for the judges being here.
Yeah.
They help a lot behind the scenes. So
Agree.
Really appreciate them.
Absolutely. All right, but gentlemen, we'll let you guys both get ready, get loose for your next round. Mr. Bivens, I'm sorry the run ends here. I was hoping for a back-to-back situation, but it's not going to happen. We're going to wait to the World Championship. Whenever that comes around, we'll have you locked in and engaged. You can hopefully that doesn't happen again, but we will be rooting for you. And SPECI, make sure you guys get over to SPECI on Twitch, SPECI on YouTube, SPECI on everywhere. When he's playing Lorcana, when he's picking up Star Wars and Gwent, get right up out of there. Okay. Just leave, all right? But when he's back on Lorcana, make sure you throw him likes and follows and everything of that sort to support him to do more Lorcana activity. But that's all we have, gentlemen. Again, thank you so much for your participation and being out here. And it means a lot to the community for you guys taking your time to do that.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate you.
All right. And that is going to be SPECI, and that is going to be Mr. Bivens. And we have the Queen back at it again. So, Queen, thoughts? How do you think that match went? Did it go the way that you think it would have gone?
No, not at all. I mean, like, I was expecting to see the bastard suite firstly, right? I definitely expected, like, Bester to win one game, maybe the one where he's, like, on the play. But I definitely thought that Yellow still is kind of still, it's a favorable matchup for Yellow still. So yeah, it was very harsh. I mean, like breaking, but I think also breaking, sometimes it's this inevitable part of playing Yellow still, of playing any deck that plays whole new worlds actually. So yeah, I think it's even like deeper than that. You said that when you're playing TCs, you're accepting this risk. And I would say that if you're playing any decks like Steel deck that plays whole new worlds, you're like accepting this double risk.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
Like in general, it's more difficult to break if you're playing something adverse, something fast, like if you're playing green purple, so or like.
All right, let's go. Very chuffed. I played very well. I'm very happy. My mulligans were on point. I got rewarded for a weird mulligan on game 2. There was a couple of tight decisions in game 2, and yeah, I'm really chuffed. I really wanted to win that, so let's go. Let's win the whole tournament, man. Why not? All right, guys. I appreciate you all. Stream will be back tomorrow. I am currently training for another Star Wars tournament. I played them on this weekend, and my original scope of the video was 100 hours to master Star Wars Unlimited. But I feel as though my story with Star Wars is not yet over, and I am competing at a major event on Saturday. It's going to be like 500 plus players, and I'm in talks with the tournament organizers to stream my matches. I'm going to try and win the whole thing. I've built up a deck myself from scratch. I started the game a week ago, and I think I can win the whole tournament. Let's see. I actually do. Maybe. I need to test more against some like really good players, but I'm really looking forward to it. But there will be a stream tomorrow. I'm going to be doing a sponsored stream. There'll also be a sponsored stream on Thursday. And probably from Wednesday, I'll stream from my locals. So, tomorrow, sponsored stream, plus probably Lorcana or Gwent. Probably Gwent, not gonna lie. Wednesday, Star Wars stream from my locals. Thursday, sponsored stream. Friday, no stream. Saturday, stream from a major tournament. All right, for Star Wars. I'm going full variety mode, baby. Really enjoying Lorcana still, but yeah, the path is clear for me to start dipping my toe into other games, sadly. All right, guys, I appreciate you all, and thanks for the support.